Drew. Chris, can be said with Carter out, Baylor Wilkins getting kind of a lot of the work at left tackle. How's that like? Been working with him. What have you seen kind of his growth as a young guy, getting probably the most reps he's had with the first team offense in his career?
Yeah, so he's getting a lot of reps against like higher caliber guys, and I think he's really stepped up to that challenge. And it's been nice to see him kind of like rise to the occasion there. And I think he's been doing a really good job this camp.
What was Zach going to say?
Similar question about Demola. Asking Bray about him too. Obviously played some last year, had to move around to a few different spots, probably maybe targeting one position a little bit more this year, but how have you seen him maybe take last season's experience and translate that, knowing he's got to take on a bigger role now?
Yeah, obviously last season was huge for him, and he really stepped up in those big games. And I think he's really kind of taken the charge we've given him in stride. And he, again, another guy who's done a really good job stepping up.
Seth and Pete.
Yeah, Drew, just what's the spring been like for you, actually being able to be healthy for it this year and actually being able to be out there, especially when some of your, like Carter and hasn't been able to be out there, Bray, limited, just, what's it been like for you to actually be able to take part in spring this year?
It's been really nice, yeah, because I think spring is like a huge time where you're able to kind of hone things down, like really sharpen yourself, and I think it's been really beneficial for me.
Go Pete and Sim.
Yeah, when you look at this offensive line, what's the upside? Last year's line was arguably maybe the best in the country. When everybody gets healthy, how good can this line be?
Pretty good, yeah. I think we got a lot of good guys, and I think we meshed together really well. So I think sky's the limit.
Go Sammy then Zach B.
Drew, you've been working in at center. How has that adjustment been? And what are some key takeaways you could take from guys who played center in the past? Are you looking for advice there?
Yeah, so when we watch film from last year, I'm always watching Pat, and just thinking the little things he does, like the stuff he says, the calls he makes, and trying to learn everything I can, because I think Pat's a really good example of a really good center. And then in terms of the adjustment, it's it's been an adjustment, and but slowly getting better, getting used to it.
Zach B then Jared.
Back to the time at Wisconsin with Joe, what was maybe your first memory of that time together? What do you remember about him?
I don't know, just hanging out. He's a good guy, pretty funny guy. Yeah, I like Joe.
You go Jared then Mike B.
Yeah, you've always been a little bit of a soft-spoken guy. Trying to play center now, obviously got to be able to communicate stuff like. Have you seen yourself come out of your shell a little bit in that regard?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think I've gotten better at being vocal, especially with Carter out, Bray out, kind of that vocal piece. I'm one of the only returners out there, so kind of falls onto me. So I think I've gotten better, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
Go Mike B then Jock.
We had Bray in here, and he said Bloomington food was a big connector for the line. How you guys, one of the ways you guys bond. Just a little bit more of a fun question. Where's a spot that you guys are seeing yourself going to? A favorite spot for the team?
That's a good question. My personal favorite where we do O-line dinner would be probably Fat Dan's. Yeah, I'll go with Fat Dan's.
And then Josh, last one.
Joe went, and he said, I think Bray said that Riley hosted Joe on his visit here. Were you a part of that? Did you talk to him? What were those conversations like with the two of them?
Yeah, it was cool. Kind of mini reunion. I was just yo, Joe, long time no see. I was excited it felt like he was going to come here, so I was excited to get him back.
All right. Thank you, Drew.